This is a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network. This is a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used without express written consent.
Oklahoma Sports Network. This is Tracy Mussett and Jordan Ray, and we are at Edmond North this evening. It is for the Class 5A boys area championship game. The Midwest City Bombers taking on the Blue Jays of Guthrie here at Edmond North tonight. Both of these teams come into this game with a record of 22-3, identical records at this point. And, of course, both winning in their regional games and now playing for this this area championship. Midwest City's path to this game, Jordan, was to beat Western Heights by a score of 100-59, and followed up by a 76-66 win over El Reno. For Guthrie, they got the 59-51 win over Guyman, and then an 87-38 win, much more dominant win in the next round in the regional championship over Shawnee. The winner here goes to the state tournament next week. The loser of this game will go play at Piedmont tomorrow night against the winner of tonight's game between Del City and Elgin. Did I get all that right?
Oh, yeah. I don't know about the records as far as who they beat as far as the scores go, but you got that down. But the teams they beat for sure. And, yeah, like you said, both teams have the same record, and what's going to be interesting about this game is both teams are very similar in how they play. They're very guard-oriented. I think Midwest City will try to push the pace more, but don't sleep on Guthrie's guards. They can hit shots, they can hit threes, they can also attack the basket. There's not going to be, I don't think, a lot of post play, but that doesn't mean offensive rebounding from whoever does play around the basket is not going to be significant. I'm sure it will. And what an opportunity this is for both teams because in a way it's exciting, but in a way it's a little scary too. You don't want to play Del City on tomorrow night, Saturday night, if that's indeed the match. Of course, they got to get through Elgin first as Del City later tonight, and we'll have that game for you. But, you know, Del City is not a team you take lightly, and if you have to play an elimination game against them, buckle up.
Well, not to mention, if that whichever one of these teams is playing Del City, if it's Del City tomorrow night,
yes,
then that team, Del City or Elgin, if Elgin happened to win, would be coming off of a win and have that momentum and positive experience versus coming off of a loss, which can be a motivating factor as well. But a lot of times that spells trouble for the team that finds himself playing again when they hope to punch their ticket the day before.
Absolutely. You know, you don't want to take this game for granted. It's not an elimination game, but it should feel like it because you never know what's going to happen tomorrow. You never know if that's going to be a game where you have a huge slump. You never know how the other team is going to play. They might be on fire. So you want to take care of business in this game. And usually when Midwest City gets to state, now that wasn't the case 2 years ago, which was the last time they got to state when they were in 5A. But when they got to state with Dwayne Bradley, now their assistant coach, was the head coach, they always took the 3-0 route, meaning they always won these area championship games. And there's a couple times they didn't win the area championship game and they ended up losing on the next day. So it's going to be very important for the Bombers to avoid that, and they're going to have their work cut out for them.
So, Coach Torrey Noel, the head coach for the Midwest City Bombers, you happen to know a lot about him. And
yes.
Your experience with the Bombers and with Coach Noel is obviously much more extensive than mine. So tell us about Coach Noel and his first season here.
Well, let's keep in mind that Midwest City's season ended here last year and they were in 6A, of course. That's a big part of it. But they were a 16 seed, having to play the top seed, Edmond North, to end up winning the whole tournament. And that is not normal for Midwest City. They're usually not a 16 seed. So Torrey Noel, obviously part of it's moving to 5A. It is an easier schedule, but they played a tough tournament schedule, has Midwest City, and they just play with a different speed now. They also have, of course, Carl Sean Young, the #1 junior in the state, who had a big fourth quarter against Del Reno a week ago. And Torrey Noel's just brought in a lot of what worked for him at his different stops, including playing Division I basketball at Lamar, but also his time as a Midwest City Bomber. He's played in this game for Midwest City as a player, and so he brings a lot of experience, a lot of perspective that I think his team loves. In fact, that he's also young and can relate to them in many ways makes him a very good coach for this particular group.
Absolutely. Now the head coach for Guthrie, for the Guthrie Blue Jays, Nathan Pennypacker. So if you hear us refer to Pennypacker and you're not used to that name, that's the head coach for the Guthrie Blue Jays tonight. We are getting ready for the national anthem here in the gymnasium, so it'll be time for us to take a break. Again, this is 5A area championship between the Midwest City Bombers and the Guthrie Blue Jays. Game taking place at Edmond North, and we are thankful to have you as a viewer participating with us in this game right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
I want to start a car mechanic shop.
Let's say we go to Scissor Tape.
Ready to go get some coffee?
Yeah, let's go.
You got it.
I think she was from
One,
Rose State.
2, 3.
Woo!
Congratulations, Rose State college graduates.
If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather. With that extreme weather comes hail damage to your roof and an insurance claim. When that happens, there's not a better company to deal with on your insurance claim than Cantrell Roofing and Construction. Since 1987, Cantrell Roofing and Construction has proven to be the best in the business, and always remember, got hail? Call Cantrell. Call them at 405-642-8558.
Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett, Jordan Ray back at Edmond North High School. It's the Midwest City Bombers versus the Guthrie Blue Jays for the Class 5A Area Championship tonight here at Edmond North. And we are happy to bring this game to you. The starting lineup's about to be introduced here on the court. The Guthrie Blue Jays are the visitors on the scoreboard. They will be introduced first here in the gymnasium. 5 seniors starting for the Guthrie Blue Jays. Number 1, Nate Binford. Number 2, Tyrone Beatty. Number 4, Jalen Harper. Number 11, Alex Clark. And number 13, Braden Morgan. 5 seniors starting for the Guthrie Blue Jays. For the Midwest City Bombers, for the Midwest City Bombers, you have a sophomore in the starting lineup. Well, let me verify, though, I've got the correct starting lineup. I'm assuming we're starting the same ones that we have been. So I will.
Yeah, we'll find out. I mean, I didn't hear from Coach Noel. So we're going off their starting lineup they had Friday.
Again, Coach Nathan Pennypacker, the head coach for the Guthrie Blue Jays. The head coach for the Midwest City Bombers, Coach Torrey Noel, who we were just talking about before we took that national anthem break. And there is a change to one of the starters that I had. So we've got a junior, number 4, Mason McKenzie. Sophomore, number 5, Deshaun Denson.
At guard, 6'4" junior, number 11, Mark Jackson.
Mark Jackson in the starting
Junior
lineup.
Mark Jackson in the starting lineup.
Guard, 6'4" junior, number 20, Carl Sean Young.
A junior, number 20, Carl Sean Young.
And at guard, a 5'11" senior, number 21, Brian Williams.
And a senior, number 21, Brian Williams. Roy Henderson not in the starting lineup tonight. Is that what I caught?
That's it. He's suited up, though. He's in uniform.
Okay.
So we'll see if he plays, and he's very important to the team when he's going well, and he had a good game against El Reno last week.
So again, the starting lineup for Midwest City is sophomore Deshaun Denson, juniors Mason McKenzie, Mac Jackson, and Carl Sean Young. Seniors, Brian Williams, the only senior in the starting lineup there. Young will be jumping for Midwest City to begin the ball game. And our starting lineup is brought to you by Dynamic Health Clinic. Dynamic Health Clinic, Dr. Kaufman specializes in athletic injuries and is able to get athletes back in action very quickly using a system called Advanced Muscle Integration. Play better and recover faster at Dynamic Health Clinic. The first period's about to be underway. Here's the opening tips taking place. First period brought to you by, and we have a violation on the opening tip. First period brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. Buffalo Wild Wings located at 5500 Tinker Diagonal, Del City. Come to Buffalo Wild Wings to support your favorite Mid-Del winter sports team. Download the team card on your phone. Show your waiter and your team will get 10% of the proceeds at Buffalo Wild Wings. So Midwest City gets the ball. There was some type of violation that took place there. I don't know if it's movement. And Midwest City with the ball to begin the first period of play here. Young passes off to McKenzie. McKenzie shoots a three from the left wing, or just to the left, the top of the key. Shot no good. Now Guthrie with the ball. Pass inside. High post. Pass goes to Nate Benford. He goes back across to the left wing. Three. That one goes high, rebound. Pulled in by Guthrie. He's fallen out of bounds, but
at the side of the backboard, but that was not out of bounds.
That was Alex Clark battling for that rebound for Guthrie. Denson to inbound for Midwest City.
So Mark Jackson's running point here. He's the guy who's in the starting lineup for Roy Henderson. Looks a lot like him and can do a lot of the same things, actually, that Roy Henderson can do. He's a very good option to have.
Young goes up, a little off balance, shoots the jumper and falls to the floor. Shot no good. Rebound, Guthrie. Young
nice
steals
steal.
the ball. That's a good steal by Carl Sean Young.
And a charge. Good job by Guthrie to draw that charge. I think Carl Sean Young's been a little out of control on offense.
Really rushing, it seems like, on those two possessions, but he will get there. Super Subs bringing us the instant replays tonight. Super Subs. Try the chicken Philly, folks. They have the deluxe, the buffalo, and the barbecue chicken Philly at Super Subs. Guthrie pushing the ball down the court very hard as well. An offensive rebound for Guthrie, though, may lead. I started to say lead the first points, but it hasn't happened yet. Three putback attempts by Guthrie, and finally, what an exchange of the ball just bouncing around there. That was Braden Morgan scoring for the Guthrie Blue Jays.
I think Mason McKenzie tried to save it out of bounds, or save it in bounds, when he should have probably just taken the ball. He saved it right to a Guthrie player who had an easy basket there.
Young goes up for the shot, the three from the right wing. Shot's no good. Guthrie with the rebound. A little handsy on defense. Good no call. Pass over the top, down low. A foul will be called. That foul probably going on to Deshaun Denson.
You don't normally see Guthrie post up, but they do, Midwest City's a smaller team. And they got good post position there.
Nate Benford going to the line to shoot the Toonie Buys Houses free throws. Folks, Toonie Buys Houses in any condition. If you or someone you know needs to sell a home for any reason, call Toonie Buys Houses today for a cash offer. 405-931-3046. Benford misses the first of the two free throws.
Benford listed at 6'3", tallest Guthrie player. I don't think he'll be guarded much by Carl Sean Young, so he's going to have a smaller player on him.
And the first point of the ball, it's not the first point. Third point of the ball game for Guthrie as they lead 3-0. Comes at the free throw line by Nate Benford.
Oh, easy two there. Mark Jackson couldn't handle the bounce pass. So Midwest City not scoring yet.
They'll settle down.
Nerves.
Settle down shortly, right?
I better hope so.
Williams on D, all the way down the court, covering Morgan. There's a shot put up from the outside, no good. Young tips it back in. It bounces around off several players, and Guthrie comes up with the ball. 3 from the top of the key, front of the rim. Young with the rebound. Young pushes it up the court, finds his teammate. Little spin move in the paint, a little hard off the glass. Williams pulls down the offensive board. Benson in the corner. Ball tipped out, stolen away by Morgan. Excuse me, not Morgan. That was Clark.
Better hope that foul's on Brian Williams because Carl-Sean Young already has one. I think it is on the body contact.
Little discussion about it, maybe about the backboard slap too. Not sure what else they might be talking about. It is.
Maybe
foul
it's
is on
goaltending.
Williams.
I don't see that though. It's on Williams.
3 fouls now on Midwest City, none on Guthrie. Alex Clark shooting 2. Tooney buys houses free throws. Guthrie finished in second place in their district, correct?
Yes. Had to beat on the last day, big win against Crossings to get that second place finish. One of the most exciting regular season games, along with Crossings' other losses to Carl Albert and El Reno.
Of course, Guthrie split with Carl Albert during the regular season, the district play. Another turnover by Midwest City. Clark gets the ball down the court. We're going to have a quick foul call on Jackson, and that is his first personal, but 4th team foul in the first 3 minutes of play.
Good timeout for Coach Noel. This is not a good start for him. In that case, you saw Carl-Sean Young get to the basket. Guthrie's going to have a second player ready to meet him, but Young probably had the shot if he would just trust his right hand. Instead, he made a pass that wasn't there. So he's got 3 turnovers, I believe, on top of the foul he has. And Midwest City looks really out of sort on offense.
Yeah, out of sort on offense and getting the foul. Well, I'll say getting all the fouls on defense. Of course, there was one offensive foul there as well. 4 minutes and 53 seconds left to play in this Buffalo Wild Wings first period. 5-0 the score. Guthrie leading Midwest City. Coming out of the timeout, it's Guthrie basketball.
The other thing is 4 fouls. That's
with a lot of time on the clock. Yeah.
And they're not rebounding as well as they need to. That led to some of their points for Guthrie. For Midwest City, again, a smaller team. Not that much smaller than Guthrie, but you still need to have all 5 guys very active on the defensive glass.
Inbound pass comes from Beatty. Gives it to Benford. Now Clark looking inside. Nice little move. Goes to the low post. Travel called on Harper.
Harper, I believe, is their star running back in football. He's probably a really good athlete. But the footwork there was initially good. The hop step, but if you keep that hop, if you stay stationed after the hop step, they usually call it travel.
Williams at the top of the key now, and Young on the left wing. Inside, Jackson can't handle the pass. It's a little wide from him, and that's really not on him in that case. When I said he can't handle the pass, it was out of his reach.
It's a lot of nerves, so Roy Henderson and Jarvis Nash will come in. Even though McKenzie's had a couple of tough possessions in the paint, he's not coming out. It's going to be Mark Jackson, who looks a lot like Roy Henderson, of course, and Brian Williams.
And Clark brings the ball up the court for Guthrie. Screen set, little dribble off of his foot, chases it back down. Drive inside, pass goes in to Benford and stolen away by Midwest City.
See if Roy Henderson can do something to help his team.
Henderson's got some pretty good handles.
They just don't want to force anything.
Defended well by, I believe that's Beatty on Henderson. Young for 3. Boom! It's the Bobby Lewis Insurance 3. Midwest City needed that in a bad way. Finally on the board. Bobby Lewis Insurance with great rates, surprisingly great rates at 2 locations to serve you. One in Del City, one in Choctaw. Another steal by Midwest City. Nash on the fast break. Ball tipped away, and it's going to stay with a lot of talking going on between players as the referees get between them, break things up. Caleb
Stevens will check in for McKenzie. Now the key is defending the post. because that's usually Mason McKenzie's job on defense. And I don't know what this conversation is about, because it's just, they think it was out of bounds on someone else. I don't think that's it. I think Middle City's going to keep the ball here.
Technical foul called on Alex Clark, it looks like. Now, it may have been a technical foul on both. I haven't seen which way it went yet.
Yeah, because of where the players are, that would suggest it was a double technical.
Yeah, double technical is called. Nash in trouble down low, but he gets the floater up. Shot no good. So I believe that foul would have been on Alex Clark and then Jarvis Nash, if I'm not mistaken. Now Guthrie working the ball around the perimeter. Clark passes off to Beatty. Beatty looking to drive in on Young, has to pull up. Henderson tips it away from behind, dishes it to his teammate. Fast break attempt, lays it off the glass. Caleb Stevens, and it is our Super Subs instant replay.
Roy Henderson and Carl-Sean Young, I think, both chipped in on that steal.
We're tied up 5-5 now. 3 from the corner, shot no good. Now down low to Benford. He puts it off the glass for 2.
And that's the problem for Midwest City. Guthrie has had their success going inside the post and also getting offensive rebounds.
Anderson trying to make the pass over to Denson. Pressure from Benford, and he throws it out of bounds. Beatty brings the ball up the court, defended by Henderson. Now Beatty trying to drive the right side, but pulls up and passes back off. Ball goes through the hands of Morgan. He chases it down, puts up a shot, no good. Denson's going to the hole, a little hard off the glass, but the putback there by, that's Jarvis Nash, number 3, right?
It was Jarvis Nash. We got a timeout by Nathan Pennypacker. Midwest City's success, 1-3 from Carl-Sean Young, and they've got some transition opportunities, both getting steals and rebounds. And we got a full timeout.
7-7 in the first period, brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. Thanks for watching high school basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Have you ever seen an insurance commercial and ask yourself, are they really telling me the truth? Well, guess what? They're not.
Somebody runs a red light and you think all of a sudden their insurance company's going to be all neighborly about it? Insurance companies aren't in the business of saving you money. They're in the business of keeping your money.
So remember, save our number in your phone so when tragedy strikes,
call Rob and Will.
Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett, Jordan Ray back at Edmond North High School Class 5A Boys Area Championship game. Knotted up 7-7 with 1:42 left to play in this Buffalo Wild Wings first period. It's the Guthrie Blue Jays and the Midwest City Bombers. Guthrie jumped out to a 5-0 lead. It was taking Midwest City a while to score, but now they're matching them point for point. Guthrie with the ball coming out of the timeout. Morgan looking inside, gets it over the top to Benford. Benford goes up and one for Nathan Benford.
Benford, that's where Guthrie had success, going into Benford before, and Benford has the size advantage on Jarvis Nash.
And it is Denson being called for the foul, his second personal, sixth team foul now on Midwest City. Benford hits the free throw. He has 6 points, leading all scorers in the ballgame. Colson Smedley checks into the basketball game for the Blue Jays.
I think we know who his sister is.
Deshaun Benson, second personal.
Very good shooter for the Guthrie girls team, whose season ended on this court yesterday against Del City. We'll have Del City game tomorrow afternoon.
10-7 the score with Guthrie on top. Henderson, 3, front of the rim. Ball comes off the hands of Stevens. Nash battling in there, almost with the steal, but knocks it out of bounds. Nash dangerously close to picking up his second personal there. There's a lot of activity.
I think Brian Williams is going to come in to switch on Binford. Again, one thing you don't want to have happen is that he catches the ball so close to the basket. Brian Williams is a strong senior baseball player.
Betty with the ball.
Can he defend the post is the question here.
Young on D. Morgan takes a jab step against Nash. Now Binford rose to the basket, past the corner to Smedley.
You expect Smedley can probably shoot the 3 as well. See if that spacing helps Guthrie.
Smedley dribbling behind his back in traffic. Ball stolen away. Stevens going to the hole. Lays it off the glass and one. Super subs. Instant replay.
I like how Roy Henderson let Stevens take that and kind of escorted him to the basket. I think that made it harder for Guthrie to get a good angle on the block shot attempt, and that leads to a foul on Binford. The score's gotten really competitive.
Only the second personal foul, or excuse me, only second team foul on Guthrie. And Stevens hits the free throw, brought to you by Toonie Buys Houses. Tied up 10-10. Smedley all alone on the other end, off the glass as they beat the press with the long pass.
Good finish by Smedley, right over Crouchy on Young.
Now Young has the ball out top. 10 seconds left to play in the Buffalo Wild Wings first period. 5 seconds now. Williams for 3. Way outside, in and out. Nice looking shot. It rattles around, comes out, and it's 12-10. The Guthrie Blue Jays leading the Midwest City Bombers after one period of play. Stay tuned for the rest of this exciting basketball game on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Where sports is our middle name. We are the Oklahoma Sports Network.
When it comes to your home, you need someone that you can trust to keep it safe and protected for you and your family.
Vesta Foundation Solutions is your local, family-owned company that has helped many homeowners fix and protect their homes.
Our engineered solutions can take care of all of your foundation repair, basement waterproofing, concrete leveling, and dirt crawl space repair needs.
We take pride in getting the job done right, and you'll always be protected with up to a 75-year warranty.
Contact us today for a free estimate.
Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett, Jordan Ray back at Edmond North High School for Midwest City Bombers versus the Guthrie Blue Jays. It's Guthrie on top 12-10 as we begin the Casa Juanito second period of play. Casa Juanito is a quick service restaurant offering fresh and flavorful fiesta meals in Del City, Oklahoma since 1976, located at 4718 Southeast 29th Street in Del City, just west of Sooner Road. It is Casa Juanito sponsoring the second period of play. Guthrie with the ball in the 2-point lead here at the start of the second period. Clark passes right back to Binford. Ball tipped away by Williams. Binford picks it back up. Stevens staying with Clark. Good defense by Midwest City, and now a steal, but the ball thrown up in the air, thrown away by Henderson.
He had his pass deflected. That saved 2 points there, but then Elmilsi might get it right back.
Another steal for Midwest City. Stevens gives it to Williams. 3, no good.
I don't think that's Brian Williams' shot.
He wanted it.
Yeah.
He wanted to make up for the one that rattled in and out at the end of the first, maybe. Nash over there pleading with the officials about the call, but Nash called for his second personal foul, first team foul on Midwest City in this second period.
I don't think that's a big deal. That's a second foul because he's not going to play a lot of minutes. He just needs to give you quality minutes, and He's hustled extremely well as Jarvis Nash.
Morgan with the ball. Williams on D. Clark for three. Off the glass, no good. Young with the rebound, pushing it up the court. He's going to the hole, draws the foul. Shot no good.
It's a good attack, though, because he didn't go straight at the defender. He attacked him at an angle, making it less likely a charge is called. There's some rumbling now. Last night at Piedmont, we were sitting on the Midwest City side, and they were the home team on that game. And tonight, Midwest City's the home team, but we're on the Guthrie side.
So Young is at the line shooting two Toonieby's House's free throws. The foul was called on Tyrone Beatty, his first personal and first team foul here in the second period. Young's first free throw is up, and it is good.
Clear advantage for the Bombers in transition. They are getting a lot of their scoring opportunities in transition. Not many, other than the three that Carl Young hit earlier, not many points in the half-court set.
Second shot also good, and we're tied up again. Third time we've been tied in the ball game. 12-12 the score, under 7 minutes to play in the second period. Clark. Beatty from the corner, back iron, no good, and a foul's going to be called on Benford as he gets over the back of Midwest City.
Guthrie yet to hit a three.
Foul Justin Jones, first personal.
I say Justin Jones, that's Midwest City's player.
Yeah,
he's not even in the game. But
wrong number one.
Yes, but for Midwest City, for Guthrie, they've gotten points on offside rebounding. That's what Benford was trying to do, trying to get an offside rebound.
Young for three, in and out. A rebound for Harper. Beatty bringing the ball up the court now. 6.5 minutes to play in this Casa Juanito second period. Long three by Morgan. Boom! It's the Bobby Lewis Insurance three. Braden Morgan has 5 points. Young puts up the three, and it goes under the basket short, out of bounds.
Now Justin Jones comes in, and it's a big sequence here. Carl Young coming out. He's done some good things. He's also taken some probably ill-advised shots, which he'll do from time to time. And now Memphis is going to be even smaller.
15-12 the score. 3-point lead for Guthrie. Guthrie with the ball. Morgan running point. Stevens on D. Good movement. Beatty attacks. Foul called on the floor. That foul going on Brian Williams, his second personal. Second team foul.
Looks like Justin Jones is guarding Alex Clark, I think. Oh, slipped open there. That's Midwest has to be concerned about. Again, not the biggest team.
Braden Morgan gets the inbound pass, puts it right off the glass for two, and Midwest City turns it over on the other end. 5-point lead again for Guthrie, matching the biggest lead of the ball game. And Alex Clark checks back into the game for the Blue Jays. 2 fouls on each team, 17-12 the score. Guthrie leading.
Denson now back in. He needs to step up. He hasn't done anything.
Coach Torrey Noel definitely using his bench and subbing a lot so far.
Good job just out muscling the sophomore.
Galen Harper just goes right to the hole in the paint. As you said, muscles his way to the hole.
Oh, I thought he got there late, the defender, but another charge on Midwest City, and Guthrie with a lot of momentum right now.
Foul called on Mark Jackson, his second personal, third team foul on Midwest City.
Caleb Stevens checking in.
Guthrie's had some better half-court possessions this quarter.
Morgan bringing the ball up the court. Stevens on D. Clark working hard against Justin Jones, and a foul called on Jones. First personal, fourth team foul already. So just like in the first period, we're not even 3 minutes into second, we have 4 fouls on Midwest City already. Benford takes the inbound pass. 3 by Morgan, top of the key. Boom! It's a Bobby Lewis Insurance 3 by Braden Morgan. He has 10 points early in the second, and it's a 10-point lead for the Guthrie Blue Jays, 22-12. Bobby Lewis Insurance. You can reach them in Choctaw at 405-281-6700. Denson, top of the key. It's a long two, wide right. Clark passes off to Beatty. McKenzie staying with him all the way down the court. Guthrie sets up their half-court offense. 4.5 minutes to play in the second. Morgan from the free throw line. Wide right on that one. McKenzie gets the rebound. Benford staying with him on D now in the backcourt. And Jones across timeline with the ball. Denson for three from the corner. Shot no good. Ball kicked out to McKenzie for three. In and out. Benford gets the rebound. Beatty in the front court. Williams on D. Beatty pulls up from the free throw line and gets the and one. Super subs bringing you the instant replay.
Not a good stretch for this Midwest City group because I had the score wrong. I'm going to correct it here. They don't have a lot of scorers out there right now with Henderson and Young out, and I think part of that's because Henderson and Young are not making the best decisions on offense. And now Guthrie's guards are starting to score, and Bombers can't keep up.
And Beatty hits the Toonie Buys Houses free throw. That was his first points to the ball game. He has three. It's a 13-point lead for Guthrie. Jones gets it to Stevens. Stevens in the corner. Shot no good. Ball tipped out. It's going to stay with Midwest City.
Bombers relying on threes. It's not happening right now. They got to find a way to get back in transition.
We're over halfway through this Casa Juanito second period, and the Bombers do not have a field goal in this second period. Stevens takes the inbound pass. Now Carl Sean Young back in the ball game. It's defended by Beatty. Passes off. Right back to Young. Williams. Stevens for three. Off the front of the rim. Shot no good. Out of bounds. It's Guthrie basketball. Guthrie a little more than doubled up on Midwest City right now with 3:22 left to play in the second.
On a 13-0 run, and it's because Guthrie's can get points in the paint and Midwest City cannot. They've stopped Midwest City's transition game too. Just as I say that, we'll see if they can get something here.
Morgan lost the handle of the ball. Williams comes up with it. Young's going around the baseline, goes up and one. Alex Clark will be called for the foul.
There's a big run for Guthrie while Carl Sean Young was out.
We got our super subs, instant replay.
And he can't stay, he can't be out for very long. So what's important is he can't do anything to, frustrate his coach. He's got to make sure besides making free throws, he's got to make good decisions with the ball. That was a great attack there.
Young misses the Toonie Buys Houses free throw. Now Morgan driving against Brian Williams.
And that's going to send Guthrie to the free throw line.
Brian Williams just picked up his third personal foul. That's the sixth team foul on Midwest City. Morgan shooting the Toonie Buys Houses free throws. He hits the first.
Bombers are going to have to find a way to defend without fouling. Try to get transition, but if it's not there, it doesn't mean you have to force up a three.
2:58 left to play in the Casa Juanito second period. Braden Morgan hitting both of the Toonie Buys Houses free throws. And it's a 13-point lead for Guthrie. Henderson in the corner, throws the ball up. Young takes it, sidesteps the defender off the glass. That was a nice looking shot.
Yeah, I think these couple of twos may get him going. He needs to get points in the paint for Midwest City.
And Young gets a block. Guthrie gets the rebound. And Henderson's going to be called for the foul. Send Alex Clark to the line to shoot the Toonie Buys Houses free throws.
Henderson did not need to step into Clark like that. He had help with Carl Sean Young. You got to be aware. You got to play defense a little differently when you're in the penalty. But good. We've seen for Guthrie good patience, good attack in the basket. And that's why they've put themselves in this bonus situation.
Henderson picks up his first personal. Clark misses the first of the Toonie Buys Houses free throws.
Guthrie, you would love to take this lead in halftime or a bigger lead. Midwest City, love to get within 7 points or something like that.
Alex Clark
in halftime
hits the second free throw. Midwest City with the ball. 12-point lead for Guthrie. Young for three, front of the rim. Clark with the rebound, pushing it up the court. Now he pulls up to Morgan. Morgan attacking, lays it off the glass, no good. Young with the rebound. Young pushing it right back down the court. Finds Denson in the corner. Boom! It's a Bobby Lewis Insurance 3 for Deshaun Denson, his first points of the ball game, and the lead's down to 9, single digits, with under 2 minutes to play. Young reaching, looked like he got a good tip away.
I think. Again, I don't know if you want to gamble like that when you're in the penalty.
Young gets his second personal. You are correct.
You don't, Midwest City had their best three-point look because it was in transition. It was a good inside-outside shot. A lot of their threes the passes come from the side, and those just don't go in as frequently.
Braden Morgan getting the Toonie Buys Houses free throws, misses the first. 1:54 left to play in the Casa Juanito second period.
Important for Young to stay out of foul trouble.
Morgan misses both free throws. Young gets the rebound. Gives it to Denson. Henderson pulls on a three. Boom! It's another Bobby Lewis Insurance 3. That one courtesy Roy Henderson. He gets his first bucket of the ball game, and the lead's down to 6. 28-22.
Not a great shot, but Roy Henderson can get hot. He can make that shot.
Harper driving in, pulls up mid-range, off the glass, good for 2.
Good hesitation dribble by Harper.
And another three. That one's short by Henderson.
Oh, foul. Loose ball foul. That's going to be free throws. You're fouling 90 feet away, but that may be on Young.
It was on Young. That's his third personal foul. 15 fouls on Midwest City in the first half of play. 8-point lead for Guthrie and Morgan at the line, shooting free throws again. Brought to you by Toonie Buys Houses. Morgan has stepped to the free throw line 3 times now in this first half. First shot's up, and it is good.
Midwest City tries to space you out on offense, and they have not really been able to get much going to the basket without Carl Sean Young here. So this is going to be interesting to see how they finish. And does Carl Sean Young have to sit out a lot of the second or third quarter?
And Braden Morgan hits both of the Toonie Buys Houses free throws. He has 14 points in the ball game now. 1:15 to play in the first half. 10-point lead again for Guthrie. Midwest City had that lead down to 6. Denson for 3, front of the rim. Clark with the rebound, pushing hard. Finds Beatty in the corner for 3. Back iron. Battle for the rebound, and it is Benford winning that battle.
And he walked.
Benford tried to do a little pivot with a fake and just drug his pivot foot. 50 seconds left to play in the first half. Midwest City with the ball.
Wasn't a bad three by Denson there because he's one of their best three-point shooters. He just doesn't have his shot going at the moment. He has hit one.
Stevens, McKenzie in the paint. Shot no
nice
good.
Follow.
Follow through by, was that Denson that tipped that in? Back to 8-point game. And what an amazing save by Harper as he gets high in the air and throws the ball off the back of McKenzie. 24 seconds left to play in the first half. Guthrie ball on the baseline.
Offside rebounding has been a problem for Midwest City on the defensive end. Great save by Harper.
Morgan gets it into Harper. And now Guthrie will set up their offense. 15 seconds.
Why are you doing that? I just don't get why Roy would reach like that. Midwest City has not played a smart game overall.
Henderson picks up his second personal foul. And that puts Morgan at the line again. Morgan's first free throw. Toonie Buys Houses free throw is no good. 12.8 seconds to play in the Casa Juanito second period. 8-point lead by Guthrie, 32-24. A lot of fouls called on Midwest City. 16 fouls on Midwest City in the first half. Morgan hits the second after missing the first. Stevens in the corner, dribbles out, 5 seconds on the clock. Denson in the paint, goes up, lays it off the glass, good for two. Denson has 7. And it is a 7-point game at halftime, 33-26. The Guthrie Blue Jays lead the Midwest City Bombers at half. We'll see what Coach Torrey Noel draws up defensively for the Midwest City Bombers at halftime. Stay with us, folks. We will be back for the second half in just a few minutes here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Red Plains Plumbing has been offering reliable commercial and residential services to the OKC metro area for over a decade. From new construction and remodeling to residential repair, they can handle jobs of all sizes. When you need a trusted name in plumbing, it's Red Plains Plumbing. Family owned and operated. Phone 405-769-1922. That's 405-769-1922.
Experience the best wash in town at Tommy's Express. You'll love our open and bright tunnels, easy loading flat belt conveyor, unlimited membership, and free vacuums and mat washers. Experience the difference and visit Tommy's Express today.
Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett, Jordan Ray back at Edmond North High School Class 5A Boys Area Championship game. The Guthrie Blue Jays have been on the scoreboard, at the very least, the more dominant team, controlling much of the first half against the Midwest City Bombers. The score at halftime, 33-26. We're getting ready to start the second half of play. A lot of fouls called on Midwest City in that first half. 16 fouls called on Midwest City, and that includes 3 on Brian Williams, 3 on Carl-Shawn Young as well. So a little bit of foul trouble there for a couple of players for the Midwest City Bombers. What adjustments might Coach Torrey Noel make here at halftime?
That's a good question. They want to play physical defense, but I think these foul calls were good. I don't think it's because the refs are calling it tight.
Oh, absolutely.
And so they're just going to have to adjust how the game is called first and foremost. And, if they can settle in and make sure they're just boxing out, again, doing good on the offside rebounds, and I don't think they have to try to, pressure as much as they do. They just have to be very careful. Carl-Shawn Young will be starting the third quarter. He's got 3 fouls. They cannot afford to lose them.
So about to begin the third period of play here. The third period brought to you by Sherpa Moving. Sherpa Moving is a local full-service moving company. They offer packing, unpacking, and special handling services. Their team is experienced and knowledgeable and will help you get through what is usually a difficult time. Sherpa Moving for all your moving needs. The phone number 405-724-8750. Folks, I just moved last week. I used Sherpa Moving, and they did a phenomenal job. That is my honest testimony to share with you. Great job by Sherpa Moving.
That would change things, the feel of things if that shot rolled in. It's still going to be 3 free throws for Carl-Shawn Young.
And the foul called on Jalen Harper, his first personal foul, first team foul here in the second half.
Guthrie started out in his zone, so Midwest City's still going to look to shoot threes. They're not going to change that. That's what they do. They shoot threes. They just need to make sure they're quality threes, that they make a concerted effort to get the ball in the paint.
Carl-Shawn Young getting the Toonie Buys Houses free throws. He's getting 3 of them. He makes the first 2. Cuts the lead to 5. He can get it down to 4 on this last free throw.
Remember, early in the second quarter, Guthrie went on as he rattles all 3 and didn't switch any of them, but he made them, and that's the important thing. Guthrie went on a 13-0 run. That's really where the most important stretch of this game right now. Bombers also going with a 3-2 zone.
Guthrie has led by as many as 10 on 2 different occasions in the first half. Midwest City keeps climbing back. It's a 4-point game now. Beatty to Harper. Now Guthrie is backing up, taking their time, being patient, trying to determine their setup here on offense. Harper low, Benford at the high post. Morgan and Beatty playing catch.
They're baiting Middle City to go man.
Beatty driving on Denson. Passes off Harper in the corner. 3. Boom! It's the Bobby Lewis Insurance 3 for Jalen Harper.
Just as I say that, they start to attack the basket, and there's a good drive and kick there. Harper didn't know if he could make that shot, but it turns out he can.
Denson makes a nice pivot with the ball. Now Young driving in, gets around the defenders, lays it off the glass for 2.
Well, what you love about that is how he went hard to his right hand. And they'll give him that right hand some because he's a lefty.
Show some quickness getting around the defenders there as well. Now a takeaway. McKenzie with the fast break. Goes under as Clark cuts underneath him. And we've got the super subs. An instant replay by Mason McKenzie. Harper in the paint. Puts up the shot, good for 2. Jalen Harper with 5 points in the third period, and it's a 5-point lead for Guthrie. In the corner, Williams drives around the defender, goes up, gets his own rebound, puts it back, he misses it. Had a somewhat easy opportunity to put the rebound back in. Clark pivoting around Young. Clark called for the travel.
Yeah, they were hoping. The Guthrie faithful was hoping. for a foul. Did they just call it technical?
May have.
It didn't seem like I got the call. He was a little out of control with the ball.
Technical foul on Blue Jays.
So that's on their coach, Pennypacker, I think. Now, it's not one thing about getting a technical. You don't want to do it while your team has the ball. He didn't do that. Pennypacker didn't do that. But still, Middle City will have the ball, and they can have the ball down 3 if Carl Sean Young can make both of these Toonie Bice Houses free throws, which he does.
And it's a 5-point game, not a 3-point game.
Oh, you're right. I got
30. Oh, no, I'm sorry. You're right, 3. So they had put extra points on the scoreboard on the wrong side. So it's 38-35. You were correct.
You got to trust me.
Williams. McKenzie in the corner. 3's no good. Morgan pushing it down the court. Passes off to Benford. There's a 3. That one's back iron. No good. Jackson with the rebound, and Young's bringing the ball up the court. Young coming alive here in the third period. He has 7 points already.
And he's gone to the free throw line.
And it's McKenzie for 3. Back iron, no good. Gets his own rebound. Kicks it out to Young.
Nice
inside
cut
to Denson. He lays it off the glass for 2, and it's a 1-point basketball game, 38-37.
What's happening now, Midwest City, and they ended the second quarter on this. Denson moving well without the basketball, and that has been a problem for Midwest City. They're getting a little better at it now.
Full timeout on the court. 4:50 left to play in this third period, brought to you by Sherpa Moving. We'll take a timeout as well here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Red Plains Plumbing has been offering reliable commercial and residential services to the OKC metro area for over a decade. From new construction and remodeling to residential repair, they can handle jobs of all sizes. When you need a trusted name in plumbing, it's Red Plains Plumbing. Family owned and operated. Phone 405-769-1922. That's 405-769-1922.
Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett, Jordan Ray back at Edmond North High School. Class 5A Boys Area Championship game. Winner goes to state. The loser has to play again tomorrow night. And it is a 1-point game here in this Sherpa Moving third period. 4:50 left to play in the third. Guthrie Blue Jays lead the Midwest City Bombers 38-37. Full court pressure by Midwest City. Clark takes the inbound pass, gives it to Beatty, now in the front court to Benford.
Jarvis Nash in the game. He was a pest on defense.
He was pretty disruptive there. Had a bucket as well early after coming in the game. And I believe we're going to have a foul on McKenzie. McKenzie picks up his second personal foul.
Guthrie's done a good job when they get the ball in the paint to protect the basketball, because you know Midwest City will try to strip you, and they haven't really been as successful as it as they'd like to be.
So McKenzie picks up his second personal, first team foul on Midwest City here in the second half, third period to play. Nate Benford with the Toonie Bice Houses free throws.
Free throws has not been great for Guthrie. They've been okay at it, but not great.
Benford misses the first, hits the second. Denson brings the ball up the court for Midwest City. It's a 2-point lead for Guthrie. Midwest City has not led. They tied it up 3 times in the second period. Young, top of the key for 3. Shot no good. Morgan with the rebound. Tipped away by McKenzie. Jarvis to Jackson, and we're tied up once again.
What a play by McKenzie.
In super subs, the instant replay.
I missed that, but we have a foul, I think, on the Bombers. And it's, Carl Young's fourth.
Young.
So Roy Henderson will come in. He can give some scoring lift, but
Did not see what happened there on the foul, but fourth personal foul on Carl Sean Young. He's 7 points in the third period. He was hot, making some good moves. Harper, good ball movement by Guthrie. Now Harper inside, goes up, off the glass, good for two.
Henderson fell down, and then Harper took advantage of that by posting up hard, and then a turnover.
Guthrie gets the steal. Beatty, and the foul is called on McKenzie. His third personal.
Foul on Mason McKenzie, third personal, third team.
Third team foul. It's a 3-point lead again for, a 2-point lead for Guthrie. Beatty takes the inbound pass, goes right to the hole, gets out of balance, misses the shot. Stevens with the rebound. Jarvis to McKenzie. McKenzie will set up the offense for Midwest City. Roy Henderson now atop the ball, screen set by McKenzie. Henderson crossover on Harper, passes off. Ball thrown into the backcourt, chased down by Beatty. Denson on D, Beatty scores the layup.
Now we're seeing, without Carl Sean Young, some unforced errors on Midwest City here. They put in a lot of effort to come back here, but you only sustain a run like that for so long.
And another steal.
Out of bounds. Almost a steal.
Guthrie steps in the passing lane, picks up the ball, but steps out of bounds in the process. 4-point lead for the Blue Jays. 2:53 left to play in this Sherpa moving third period.
Brian Williams coming in. He's kind of going to be the post player now for Midwest City. Just needs to be solid around the paint, not let Guthrie get anything easy on defense.
Henderson for three. It's a deep one in front of the rim. Clark with the rebound. Jarvis called for a real quick reach-in foul as he comes from behind.
Kind of giving a look to Coach Noel. He doesn't want to come out either. But you got that foul problem.
Yeah, third personal foul on Jarvis. Fourth team foul now on Midwest City. Full court pressure by Midwest City. Beatty gives it to Morgan. Morgan in the front court to Benford. Benford's headed to the hole. Puts it up and is good for two. Back to a 6-point game, 45-39. Guthrie leading Midwest City.
Too many holes in the Midwest City press there. They're not recovering as well as they need to keep that going.
Williams driving in. Goes up. Shot no good. Stevens with the rebound. He's fouled. He'll be going to the line to shoot Toonie Buys House's free throw. And Nate Benford picks up his third personal foul. Third team foul on Guthrie.
It's third on Benford, which probably doesn't mean a lot yet, but if you can get one more on him, that would be big for the Bombers.
Caleb Stevens hits the Toonie Buys Houses free throw. Again, Toonie Buys Houses, folks, in any condition. If you or someone you know needs to sell a house now, call today for a cash offer at 405-931-3046. Stevens' second free throw is up. That one's off the back of the iron, no good. Morgan with the rebound. Been real impressed with Morgan during this ball game as well. Running point, scoring the ball. Ball tipped away from him as I say that. Now Williams, fast break. Clark is there. Williams gets the bucket.
That's huge. Midwest City's kind of bleeding there with no Carl Sean Young. They need to get as much of that as they can. Just a great steal there by Jarvis Nash.
Instant replay brought to you by Super Subs. The Super Subs with the Chicken Phillies, folks. It is the deluxe, the buffalo, or the barbecue chicken at Super Subs there on South Douglas. It's a 3-point game now, 45-42 with a minute 50 left to play in this third period. Brought to you by Sherpa Moving.
Crossings extend their lead to Carl Albert. We have it in the fourth quarter. They're up 11. It's like Carl Albert's going to have, they can't make things up what they have before. But again, they're having trouble scoring against Crossings in the first three quarters. We'll see if they can do better in the fourth quarter. That game also on the Oklahoma Sports Network. If that score holds, we'll have Carl Albert probably playing El Reno, will be my guess. But, of course, upsets happen at 6 o'clock tomorrow.
Now, a reminder, the winner of this game is going to the state tournament next week. The loser will play tomorrow night, and they will play the winner of the next game that you and I are doing here at Edmond North between Del City and Elgin.
I said that at the beginning of the game. You don't want to play Del City if that's the matchup.
Nash defending Morgan in the backcourt. Minute 50 to play in the third. Handoff Beatty, almost trapped there, but he managed to get out of it, and he goes right to the basket and puts it in for two.
Guthrie's done a good enough job keeping this lead by scoring when Midwest City over gambles.
Nash goes the hole, foul from behind by Morgan, and I think that is Morgan's first personal foul. 4 team fouls now on Guthrie. Jarvis Nash shooting the Toonie Houses free throws.
Both schools have traveled well for this game. You can see the Midwest City side has a good number. We're, of course, on the Guthrie side, and they have been very loud in supporting their team.
Lots of students on the rails behind the baskets. Now, I didn't notice, did the students switch ends at halftime?
I wasn't looking either. Not a bad idea.
Nash misses both of the Toonie Houses free throws. The lead remains 5 for Guthrie. The minute 25 left to play in the third period. Beatty passes off to Harper. Harper looking inside. Clark's down low. Harper goes to the hole and scores.
Again, where you see Deshaun Denson is a sophomore, just kind of has a wiry frame. He just gets overpowered. That's a tough one. I mean, Jarvis Nash's fourth.
Jarvis Nash called for the offensive foul. That is the 5th team foul on Carl Albert. Of course, it's an offensive foul, so no free throws coming.
And he's staying in.
7-point lead for Guthrie, and they have the basketball with 1 minute left to play here in the third period. Morgan running point again, finds Clark. Now Clark on the baseline, goes up, puts it in for 2.
Very good possessions for Guthrie after they're tied.
The thing that I've been most impressed with by Guthrie here is their ability to go in control and score the ball.
It'll be Goldson on Will Henderson, just a careless turnover, and with no Youngin, he can't afford to do that. That's just, at times Midwest City has looked like they're losing their minds.
Well, Morgan gets a steal, goes the other end, scores the bucket, and it's an 11-point lead for Guthrie now, the biggest lead of the ball game, with 35 seconds left to play in the third period. Denson goes in, misses the floater, gets pulled to the ground on the rebound, and that'll be a foul on Alex Clark, his third personal. 5th team foul, so that will be 2 Toonie Houses free throws for Denson.
It's an 8-0 run for Guthrie, and they're getting, after that steal and score for Midwest City, Guthrie hasn't really faced much pressure that's got to them, and they're able to find easy ways to get to the basket. Boy, and you got this incident missing free throws, so Midwest City's missed their last 3. It's a very bad stretch for them. They have to hope it stops soon, or they can find themselves down by too much within the next few minutes.
Yeah, that's that was 4 misses in a row, going back to a miss by Caleb Stevens by Midwest City. But Denson does hit the second of the Toonie Houses free throws. Cuts the lead back to 10. We're down to 15 seconds to play in the third. Harper passes to Morgan. Morgan inside to Clark. Clark draws the foul in traffic. That foul goes on Caleb Stevens.
So when there's a handoff or some type of two-man action for Guthrie, Midwest City's blitzing right now. Trapping whoever has the ball, and Guthrie's handled it really well.
Stevens gets called for his first personal with 6th team foul on Midwest City. Alex Clark hits the first of the Toonie Houses free throws. Takes the lead back to 11. And the second one's up. It's good as well. A 12-point lead for Guthrie. 8 seconds on the clock. Williams picks up his dribble in the backcourt. Gives it to McKenzie. 3 seconds. Denson for the long 3. No good. And after 3 periods of play, the Guthrie Blue Jays lead the Midwest City Bombers by 12. 55-43 is the score after 3. Folks, come back to see what happens. Can the Bombers do in the fourth what they did in the second and cut into this lead? You'll find out right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Where sports is our middle name. We are the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Experience the best wash in town at Tommy's Express. You'll love our open and bright tunnels, easy loading flat belt conveyor, unlimited membership, and free vacuums and mat washers. Experience the difference and visit Tommy's Express today.
Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett, Jordan Ray back at Edmond North High School. We have an exciting game here as the Guthrie Blue Jays are leading the Midwest City Bombers 55-43 as we begin the fourth period of play. Midwest City tied it up in the third, but now are trailing by 12 as we begin this fourth period. The fourth period brought to you by Rose State College. Parents, if you want to save money on college, help your student get ahead by earning college credit in high school. Yes, while they are still in high school, it's called concurrent enrollment, and Rose State College makes it easy and very affordable. Apply today at rose.edu/concurrent. McKenzie with a great block. Carl Sean Young with his 4 fouls back in the ball game, goes up, misses the shot.
I don't know why he just didn't attack left.
Beatty going to the hole, scores, and it's a 14-point lead for Guthrie.
You had an easy transition opportunity for Carl Sean Young, and then he just got stumbled there.
Jarvis
easy layup.
For 3, it's a Bobby Lewis Insurance 3 by Jarvis Nash. Bobby Lewis Insurance, you can reach him in Dell City at 405-670-3665. Harper in the paint, shot no good. Ball tipped out by Young. McKenzie comes up with it. McKenzie hit hard by Morgan. Williams for 3. Boom! It's another Bobby Lewis Insurance 3, and the lead's down to 8 very quickly here in the fourth period.
Not normally the shot you want. You're going to see a foul on Williams on the other end, but Brian Williams decided it's time. He sees if he can hit another one. I haven't seen him hit a 3 in any of the games we've done, so that's
you had
a good time. Yeah.
4th personal foul on Brian Williams, first team foul on Midwest City. 6:53 to play in this Rose State College fourth period. It's an 8-point lead for Guthrie, 57-49. Alex Clark with the ball. McKenzie on D. Low pass to Morgan. He has reached down to his shoestrings to pick that one up. Clark driving in, goes around Nash and lays it off the glass.
More composure from the Guthrie guards.
Jensen with the ball. Clark on D. Inside to McKenzie. Around the defender. Goes up. Lays it in for 2. It's only his second bucket of the ball game. And Nash tips it out of bounds. Off the hands of Morgan. It's a turnover. We'll call it a steal for Jarvis Nash.
Bombers have to take gambles. It's led to some Guthrie baskets, but you have to do it if they want to catch up here.
Midwest City with the ball, trailing by 8. They're closing the gap. Williams, corner. Denson for 3. Little long. Little contact under the basket. No call. Williams on D, and now Benford laying it off for 2.
Yeah, when Midwest City makes gambles and they don't get it, at least to an easy layup for Guthrie.
Getting the ball down the court for Midwest City. It gets tipped out of bounds. It'll be Midwest City ball on the sideline. It's a 10-point lead for Guthrie, 61-51. Denson to inbound on the court for Midwest City. Denson, McKenzie, Nash, Young, Williams.
Well, Denson's had a rough game. Made some good plays in the middle of the game, but
Looked like Nash
mistakes.
Looked like Nash was lobbying for that ball to have been tipped by Morgan, but sure looked unclear for that to be the case from up here as well. And the referee did not think so either. Now the ball tipped up in the air. Battle for it. Benford, pinball. Nash comes up with it. Nash going to the hole, lays it off the glass left hand for 2.
We've been stuck around 8 and 10. It's about to be back to 10. No, maybe. Maybe it's going to be 11.
And 1 for Harper. Super subs, instant replay.
Midwest City, you're just going to have to find a way to get more players back after Guthrie breaks the press.
Mason McKenzie called for his 4th personal foul, second team foul on Midwest City. Harper misses the Toonie Buys Houses free throw. Young got the rebound, gets the ball down the court. 5 minutes to play in this Rose State College 4th period. What in the world? Carl Sean Young goes up out of control. You'll see it on the Super Subs instant replay. Draws the foul, and then he's going to the line to get the and one. Who was that foul on?
Harper.
Harper draws the foul, his second personal foul. First team foul on Guthrie. Carl Sean Young hitting the free throw. He's been deadly from the line tonight. And the lead's down to 7 with 4:58 left to play in the ball game.
So 30-second timeout it is, so we'll keep it here. But they're back to where they were at halftime, which is a 7-point lead for Guthrie. It's just important for Midwest City. They're able to recover on defense. Now it's a full timeout. Well, now they tell us.
Well, let's go ahead and talk through it. We got 4:58 left to play, and part of the timeout has expired already. So
that's right.
7-point lead for Guthrie, as you were saying. That was the lead at halftime as well, though Guthrie had extended that lead all the way to 12 on a couple of occasions. Midwest City keeps chipping away at it. They have plenty of time. A little bit of foul trouble here. No, not a little bit. A whole lot of foul trouble for Midwest City. 4 fouls on Brian Williams, 4 fouls on Carl Sean Young, 4 fouls on Jarvis Nash, 4 fouls on Mason McKenzie. So 4 players carrying 4 fouls with 5 minutes left to play.
Yeah, and how you play defense like that. These are players you need out there. You need Carl Sean Young out there. You need Jarvis Nash out there. He's been a dog on defense. So is Mason McKenzie. You need him out there. That's why they're playing, Jarvis Nash instead of Roy Henderson or Mark Jackson. We haven't seen much of him this half. How are you going to play defense with this foul trouble? You just have to play with both a lot of effort and a lot of intelligence.
You got to be in position. Can't get out of position and be reaching in.
What's
offensive foul. Great move by Brian Williams, playing with 4 fouls, but he gets set and stays in place to draw the charge.
That's what I'm talking about. Effort and intelligence. He's got set quickly enough. It's going to be a gamble. You're not going to always get that call, but again, you got to take that gamble.
Beatty called with a foul, his second team foul on Guthrie. Denson in the front court now. Picks up his dribble. Young has to get up high as he's defended by Benford. It's a good matchup between these two. Denson in the paint, kicks it out. Nash. Nothing there. Williams. Denson in the corner for 3. Boom! It's another Bobby Lewis Insurance 3, and the lead is down to 4, 63-59.
It's a great job of relocating there by Denson, getting open, and then he commits a foul. Not going to send Guthrie to the free throw line, but
third team foul, third personal foul on Deshaun Denson. Baseline inbound play coming for the Guthrie Blue Jays. They lead by 4, 63-59. 4 minutes and 18 seconds left to play in the fourth. There's a 3 from the corner, hits the side of the backboard. Brian Williams with the rebound. He has Denson on the other end of the court. Denson lays it off the glass for 2, and it's a 2-point ball game.
Now Denson's come to play. That's unbelievable. And that 3 by Guthrie, I didn't see who took it. Very ill-advised shot because Midwest City has not been able to stop Guthrie. And we got a full timeout here. When Guthrie decides to take it to the basket.
Now Beatty shot the 3 from the corner. hits the side of the backboard. It's now a 2-point game. Midwest City trails 63-61. 4 minutes and 7 seconds left to play here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett, Jordan Ray, Edmond North High School, where the Midwest City Bombers have climbed back into this ball game with 4 minutes left to play in the Rose State College fourth period. 63-61 is the Guthrie lead. Guthrie has the ball, but the last couple of minutes have belonged to the Midwest City Bombers. This is an exciting basketball game, Jordan.
And now they're up. They're down only 2. They don't have to take gambles, bad gambles. Just play solid defense, and again, try not to foul.
Benford at the top of the key. Again, a lot of fouls called on Midwest City in this ball game.
Wow, Mason McKenzie with 4 fouls, reaching like that.
We had a missed layup by Nash, an attempt to slam a rebound home by Young. Both of them miss, and it ends up being a 4-point lead by Guthrie on the other end. Denson
a late foul, but
a foul on Harper.
I thought Denson did draw that foul. Man, it's a support. Midwest City's under control there. Guthrie, again, when something doesn't go right for Midwest City, Guthrie's done a great job of just turning it into an easy basket on their end.
You know, that dunk, if Young had hit that dunk, the energy in this gym, the place would have erupted. On the other hand, he misses it, and instead of tying the game up, it's a 4-point deficit for Midwest City. But Denson now at the line shooting the 2 Toonie Vice houses free throws. He hits the first. 3.5 minutes to play. It's a 1-possession game. 16 points for Denson in the ball game.
Yeah, I've criticized him, but he's really been good for them in the second half.
Make it 17 for Denson. He hits both of the Toonie Vice houses free throws, and it's a 2-point game again, 65-63, Guthrie on top. Morgan driving, kicks the ball out to Beatty. Harper, Morgan driving the baseline, misses the layup, and it's a rebound by Young and a foul called on Clark, I believe.
4th team foul, so no free throws for Young.
4th personal foul on Clark as well.
But they're going to have another chance to tie. They have played really good defense this quarter, given all the players they have in foul trouble, and they've had to do it with no shot clock to find ways to get Guthrie to take shots and make decisions that can lead to getting stops, and they've done that.
What a big deal that foul was, folks. Just to remind you, this is a 2-point ball game with under 3 minutes left. Make it a 2-point ball game with under 3 minutes left. Midwest City has not led in this game. Denson had a great opportunity to tie it up there, misses the layup. Now Benford with the ball in the front court. Williams on D, defending Beatty. Timeout by Coach Nathan Pennypacker. He may have a 30 left. I'm pretty sure he does. And this will be a 30-second timeout.
30-second timeout, Blue Jays.
So, I mean, the way Midwest City plays defense, Guthrie can't just run the clock out. But the question is, can they run much clock? Can they pass the ball around? Or are you going to have someone like Morgan or Clark attack the basket when they have the first opportunity? They've been really good at it, has Guthrie as a team this game. So it'll be interesting to see, are they aggressive on offense? And for Midwest City, they've had a couple really good cracks of tying this game, just couldn't get the shot to fall. Denson, again, he's played really well this fourth quarter. You would take that shot again. He can finish with his left hand. He just couldn't make it on that one.
Midwest City's got to feel great about the position that they are in right now, having trailed by 12 on multiple occasions and being down only 2 now with a couple of minutes left to play in this Rose State College fourth period.
It's hard to see. In fact, we can't see, but I believe Midwest City has, yeah, they do. We can look at the scoreboard. They have the possession arrow, too. So we'll see if that's a factor.
Guthrie with the ball coming out of the timeout. Morgan defended by Nash. And
see the fouls on. It's not going to be free throws, but call foul Midwest City away from the ball.
And the foul's on Carl-Sean Young going through the screen. And he just fouled out of the basketball game.
One way to avoid that is to switch screens, but I didn't get a good look at it, so I know Coach DeWall obviously not happy with it. And who does he go to? And he will go to Roy. Roy is now, he has struggled as Roy Henderson, but again, he can get hot.
That's Caleb Stevens checking.
Oh, you're right. No, I saw the 2, but it's actually 12. Caleb Stevens. Oh, we might see Mark Jackson now. Nope.
Benford takes the inbound pass. McKenzie on D. A little over 2 minutes to play in the ball game. McKenzie going for the steal. And a foul on Mason McKenzie. That is his 5th personal and the 5th team foul. That will put Nate Benford at the line, shooting 2 free throws.
So again, you're only down 2. You don't need to foul like that. You don't need to or play aggressive like that. Now I think we're going to see Roy.
Mark Jackson.
Nope, I keep thinking it's Roy. Mark Jackson's been quiet. Mason McKenzie, the thing you loved about him is he is so disruptive on defense, but unfortunately what will come with that is fouls.
Nate Benford with the Toonie Buys Houses free throws. And he misses the first. The game is still a 2-point game, and it will remain a 1-possession game, even if he hits this one. We've got Mark Jackson, Caleb Stevens, Deshaun Denson, Brian Williams, and Jarvis Nash on the court for Midwest City. Bedford hit the second free throw. It's a 3-point lead, 66-63. Jackson now into the front court and a foul called on Morgan. That's only his 2nd personal, but it is the 5th team foul on Guthrie. That'll put Mark Jackson at the line, shooting 2 Toonie Buys Houses free throws.
Mark Jackson at the line.
So Jackson's just come in. Tough spot to come in and shoot free throws. He hasn't been in very long, hasn't played much this half.
Of course, Mark Jackson with a great basketball name, right?
Yep, Mama, there goes that man. It's too bad he got replaced for the ABC's top NBA calling team. He did a good job of that for several years, the older Mark Jackson.
Absolutely. Thought he did a good job of getting things going at Golden State as well before getting replaced as a coach there. Jackson hits the first of the 2 free throws, misses the second. 1:50 left to play in the ball game. Harper backs up. Nash was looking to make the steal from behind. Pass is made.
What you don't need to do yet is foul on purpose. Just force a 5 count if you can.
Beatty driving in, going up for the floater and hits it. I'm surprised by the drive to the basket there. Denson, Nash in the corner for 3. Shot no good. Morgan with the rebound. Long pass down the court to Harper. Williams on D, tips it away, and Brian Williams just fouled out of the game.
Had to do it. I mean, you have to, even in this situation for No City, you're not down by much. You want to have a safety guy on, and Brian Williams, a center fielder in baseball, got back too late.
Roy Henderson now checks into the game. It's a 4-point lead for Guthrie with 1:16 left to play, and it is Jalen Harper at the line shooting the Toonie Buys Houses free throws.
He's had a good game. As I say that, he misses, but still he's had a good game. Guthrie's missing just enough to keep the door open.
Guthrie is 1 for 4 from the line in the fourth period. They could have extended this lead by significantly more. Could be double the lead. Harper's second free throw is up, and that one is good. 5-point lead now for the Guthrie Blue Jays. Henderson throws the ball away, but Benford steps into the passing lane and steps out with the ball.
Henderson's just done some questionable things with the ball.
Inbound pass to Stevens, right back to Henderson. 1:10 to play. Denson driving on Beatty, loses his footing. Right back to Denson. Denson attacks and misses the layup. Henderson gets the offensive board. Under a minute to play now. Jackson for three. Boom! It's a Bobby Lewis Insurance three. And that cuts the lead back to 2 with 46 seconds to play.
Very disorganized possession other than a couple of good attacks, or one good attack from Deshaun Denson. But New City was able to recover off a missed layup, and they actually benefit from it.
69-67 the lead for Guthrie with 46 seconds left to play in the ball game. If we're going to take a break on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
When it comes to your home, you need someone that you can trust to keep it safe and protected for you and your family.
Vesta Foundation Solutions is your local, family-owned company that has helped many homeowners fix and protect their homes.
Our engineered solutions can take care of all of your foundation repair, basement waterproofing, concrete leveling, and dirt crawl space repair needs.
We take pride in getting the job done right, and you'll always be protected with up to a 75-year warranty.
Contact us today for a free estimate.
Where sports is our middle name.
Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett, Jordan Ray back at Edmond North High School, Class 5A Boys Area Championship game. It's the Guthrie Blue Jays leading the Midwest City Bombers by 2, 69-67 with 46 seconds left to play in the ball game. Guthrie with the basketball. It seemed like Midwest City had a bad possession on that last possession, but they ended up getting a three out of it. Mark Jackson being called for the foul, his third personal.
So he's someone who could afford to foul, and I guess the player they fouled that's the Guthrie guy they want at the free throw line. So we'll see if his gamble paid off.
Nate Benford.
I think that looks like they wanted Benford. They could have waited. They didn't have to foul right that second.
Benford shooting the Toonie Houses free throws.
And then if you only get one free throw out of it, it's a good gamble for Midwest City to send to the free throw line.
Benford is 4 for 8 from the line in the ball game.
So it's important for Midwest City to rebound here. If they missed it.
Misses one, hits the second. It's a 3-point ball game. Midwest City with the ball. Henderson brings the ball up the court. Nash. Jackson driving the baseline, goes up, gets a floater. It's a 1-point ball game with 30 seconds left. Ball's up in the air, out of bounds off the hands of Midwest City.
It stayed in bounds somehow. Bombers may have had a shot at that.
Harper will inbound the ball for the Blue Jays.
Both teams with one timeout.
Inbound pass goes to Morgan. Nash called for the foul. That'll be his 5th personal. Jarvis Nash just fouled out.
Nash has played an unbelievable game on defense, and from the last slums he did, it's pretty good.
Braden Morgan.
Who will Midwest City go to? Their bench is really depleted right now. And you know, if Guthrie hits only one free throw, if they hit one free throw, Bombers probably want to go for a win. I don't think they're going to want overtime.
Checking into the ball game is Justin Jones for the Bombers. A 1-point lead for Guthrie with 21 seconds on the clock. Morgan misses the first of the Toonie Houses free throws. 4 players have fouled out for the Midwest City Bombers.
Yeah, you might want to go for the win just because of that. I don't know if you want overtime with all your players having fouled out.
Rico Watson checks into the game for the Blue Jays. Morgan hits the second free throw. It's a 2-point lead for Guthrie. Now Jackson flips the ball over. Jones for three. Shot no good. Denson fouled on the putback attempt. Wow.
I'm surprised he shot that. I think he had time. I'm surprised it's not a timeout.
Alex Clark just fouled out of the game for Guthrie.
Boy, that shot by Justin Jones went in. I mean, he's shooting that three cold. He hadn't played all in the second half.
Deshaun Denson with a chance to tie it up with 11 seconds on the clock. The first shot is up, and it's good. It's a 1-point ball game.
Yes, it is a 1 point. My mistake on Guthrie's score. They have 71.
11 seconds left in the Rose State College fourth period. 71-70 as Deshaun Denson hits the Toonie Vice Houses free throw. He has another one coming, and he could tie this ball game up. We've had 4 ties, no lead changes. Guthrie has led since the very first bucket.
Refs having a conference. You do see it on your screen. That's making it tough on Denson there.
Leaves him hanging out at the line, having to think about his shot a long time.
And what could they be talking about? They're not undoing the call.
Everybody knowing how many timeouts are left for each team, all that good stuff with 11 seconds. I don't know. Denson with a chance to tie it.
A lot of noise.
He hits the shot. That's a clutch shot by Deshaun Denson, tying it up. Under 10 seconds now. Morgan in the front court. Looking to drive. Goes up. Misses the shot. And we've got 1 second left on the clock. It'll be Guthrie ball on the baseline.
Well, it's a tough place to defend here.
Are we going to get bonus ball in this game? It's highly likely.
I don't know. Guthrie's got the size again.
There's less than a second, though. They don't have much time to do anything.
Is neither team going to call a timeout?
And there we go. There's a timeout called by Coach Pennypacker and the Guthrie Blue Jays. 0.7 seconds on, though. They're adding a second to the clock, and I agree with that call. I thought when the ball went out, looked up, and the clock was still running, it was a little over a second. So 1.7 seconds on the clock now. It gives Guthrie a little more time to do something off an inbound play. Tied up 71 all, both teams in the bonus. Each team, Midwest City with a timeout. They've not changed the board for Guthrie yet, taking their timeout off the board.
They haven't for Midwest City either. And now they're saying Guthrie now has no timeouts.
Right.
That matters because you'll get some back if it goes to overtime. So there's a Guthrie timeout. And the Bombers, your best post defenders. Carl Sean Young, Brian Williams, Mason McKenzie have all fouled out.
You got Justin Jones, Roy Henderson, Deshaun Denson, Mark Jackson, and Caleb Stevens on the court for the Bombers.
Now Midwest City will use their last timeout.
Coach Noel calling his last timeout. We've gone through 10 timeouts and lots of fouls in this ball game. We've got another game coming up after this one. Another Mid-Dell basketball game that we'll be bringing you on the Oklahoma Sports Network with the Dell City Eagles taking on the Elgin Owls. That's going to be a bird fight.
Yes. Dell City girls, the Lady Eagles won that bird fight a week ago. Now the boys will have at it, and that also an elimination game like the girls' game was. This, of course, is not, but you don't feel like it is.
So one could argue that Midwest City is no longer in foul trouble. They have no players in the game with 4 fouls anymore because all the ones with 4 fouls are gone. They have all fouled out.
You really don't want to foul, though.
No, not in this. You don't
don't want to foul.
No one on the line here in the final second and let the game be won on free throws.
And because they don't have a timeout, if Guthrie scored quickly enough, you're not going to be able to inbound it, even though the clock may not run out to 0. Doesn't mean you shouldn't call that timeout, but because you probably wouldn't have a good shot at it anyway. So is Guthrie set up the same way?
29 free throws in the ball game for Guthrie. Not sure what the percentage is at this point. Harper misses the bucket. He had a great opportunity on the backside inbound play and misses the shot. We're going to overtime at Edmond North High School between the Midwest City Bombers and the Guthrie Blue Jays. Wow! Can you believe it, Bernie? Bernie Wren, our camera operator tonight. He's over here, a Midwest City High School student and fan, and he's excited to see Midwest City still in this ball game.
I'm shocked. I am shocked at the miss. What will change now for Midwest City when they have to defend once again a tie game? You know, I think they have to change how they play a bit. They are going to have a hard time protecting the paint with this lineup they have in. Again, also I mentioned Jarvis Nash fouling out. I mean, he's someone who was forcing some turnovers. Just doing it without those four guys. What a comeback. They played some incredible defense at much of this fourth quarter. But again, they are so undermanned right now. You like to try to steal this tip if you're Midwest City, which is going to be hard to do.
So in that fourth period,
maybe Denson, you want him jumping. Maybe he could probably compete with whoever's tipping for Guthrie. And then if Midwest City can get the ball with the game tied, not that you want to stall, but if Guthrie goes zone, which they did some zone here, you might want to consider passing the ball around and taking a lot of clock. I would try to limit the number of possessions for Midwest City in this situation. It's not the same situation as was in the fourth quarter when you're down by 12 and you want a lot of possessions.
Midwest City outscored Guthrie 28-14 in that fourth period. Maybe 28-15.
Roy can win this tip. He can win it. And he does.
Midwest City with the ball. Jones in the corner, finds Henderson in the paint. He goes up, floater good, and the first lead of the ball game in the first seconds of overtime for Midwest City.
They need Roy Henderson. He stepped up right there.
Morgan going to the hole, puts up the shot. Henderson will be called for the foul. His third personal. And that puts Braden Morgan at the line shooting two Toonie Weishausen's free throws.
Roy defended that about as well as you can.
Now, Guthrie just doing a great job of attacking the basket. They've drawn so many fouls in the paint tonight. Morgan misses the first free throw.
They're going to be thinking about free throws in Guthrie. Win or lose, but definitely lose if they'll be thinking long and hard about free throws.
Morgan hits the second of the Toonie Weishausen's free throws. It's a 1-point lead for Midwest City. Henderson in the backcourt. Defended by Harper. Ball tipped. Jackson chases it down. Denson in the paint. Lays it off the glass with his left hand. It's a 3-point lead for Midwest City.
He has moved so well without the ball as Denson.
Denson has had a phenomenal game tonight.
It was a bit of a tough start for him, and I was critical of him. He has righted the ship and then some.
Morgan driving in. Jones runs into Stevens, takes Stevens' knee out. And then it is Benford going to the line, and the foul's called on Caleb Stevens.
Only his second. They're going to have a hard time getting any stops here as long as Guthrie wants to attack the paint. But you have to try to get those rebounds.
Nate Benford with the Toonie Weishausen's free throws. He hits the first.
I believe Benford was the player they fouled on purpose, so good for him to make that free throw.
3 minutes and 5 seconds left to play in overtime. Overtime brought to you by Sherpa Moving. Benford hits both of the free throws. Again, folks, Sherpa Moving bringing you overtime. A local full-service moving company with packing, unpacking, special handling, experience, knowledge will help you in a time that can be stressful. They'll help bring peace to the process. Sherpa Moving. Henderson in trouble, down low, ball tipped away, and it'll stay with Midwest City. Smedley in the ball game right now for.
Yeah, Smedley had a really good help defense there. Remember, Guthrie will have the jump ball too, so it was a break for Midwest City. That ball was deflected out of bounds.
1 point lead for Midwest City. Inbound play goes to Jones, and a foul called on Morgan. That'll be his third personal, but that puts Jones at the line, shooting 2 Toonie Weishause's free throws. Jones has not been in the game very long. Came in after Nash fouled out, I believe it was, and has an opportunity to put his first points on the board. And this is the Toonie Weishause's free throw.
It's not easy. A lot of pressure you feel with him.
Second free throw's up, and that one's no good as well. Still a 1 point lead for Midwest City. 2:40 left to play in the ball game here in overtime. We've got Beatty working against Justin Jones. Passes off. Morgan goes to the line. Foul on Justin Jones, I believe.
Now you gotta let your teammate help you out there. Denson had good verticality. If that is on Jones, which I believe it is, you don't need to foul like that.
Jones picks up his second personal. We're well into the bonus for both teams now in this Sherpa moving overtime period. Morgan hits the first of the Toonie Weishause's free throws.
Yeah, so Jones, that was a rough sequence for him. He's going to come out. And a brand new player for Midwest City in Brandon Dixon.
Brandon Dixon, a junior. And Morgan hits both free throws. Guthrie has hit their last 5 after struggling from the line, and the lead is back in the hands of the Guthrie Blue Jays with 2:20 left to play. 76-75.
Roy Henderson needs to shout instructions. They don't want to use a timeout.
Mark Jackson out top of the ball.
Oh, it's Mark Jackson. I keep getting them confused.
Well, Henderson's in the game. He's over on the left wing. Stevens goes right. Hands off to Jackson again. Stevens in trouble on the sideline. Throws it in the hands of Harper. It's a takeaway for Guthrie. Now Guthrie with a 1 point lead and under 2 minutes to play. Henderson defending Beatty. Pokes the ball away, and Henderson's called for the foul. Beatty will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Roy Henderson just picked up his 4th personal foul. Tyrone Beatty shooting the Toonie Weishause's free throws.
Guthrie has corrected their free throw problem.
A minute 43 left to play in overtime.
I keep speaking too soon on stuff like that. Who will call a timeout first? Again, both teams have won.
You've got the one overtime, the one timeout they're awarded when we start the overtime periods. They used all the regulation. Beatty misses both of the Toonie Weishause's free throws, and Midwest City has the ball now with a chance to take the lead back. A minute 35 to play in overtime. Denson, left wing. Defended by Smedley. Henderson driving on Benford. Jackson in the corner has to chase down a pass that was a little wide for him. And Henderson driving in, the foul called. Henderson going the line to shoot Toonie Weishause's free throws. That foul going on Morgan. Morgan just picked up his 4th personal foul. Well, I'm glad I've been keeping track of fouls because they're not showing them on the scoreboard anymore here. A minute 14 to play in the Sherpa moving overtime. Roy Henderson hits the first of the Toonie Weishause's free throws.
And they got whoever's keeping track of fouls at the scores table is probably exhausted.
Oh, there's been a bunch.
No, he's not exhausted at this. It's Toonie Weishause's. They have gotten their attention here.
Henderson hits both free throws and gives the lead back to Midwest City, 77-76. Morgan driving, runs right.
What's the call?
Blocking foul is called. Could have went either way, right?
Yeah, I didn't see when the defender got there.
Fouls on Caleb Stevens. That'll be his third personal. Morgan at the line shooting the Toonie Buys Houses free throws. Caleb Stevens was trying to draw the charge. Not sure how quickly he got there. He was set pretty well, but maybe not there early enough. Morgan hits the first of the Toonie Buys Houses free throws, and we are again tied up. 77 all. The second free throw is up. That one's good, and the lead goes back to Guthrie.
Under a minute to go. Still curious, who will call the timeout first?
78-77, Guthrie with the lead. Ditson handling the ball. Beatty reaching. Stevens sets the screen. Oh! Bobby Lewis Insurance 3 by Mark Jackson is the 2-point lead.
Hasn't hit one all game.
39 seconds on the clock. Bobby Lewis Insurance, surprisingly great rates. Call them in Choctaw, Del City, folks.
Guthrie will call the first timeout.
And there's the timeout. And these are all full timeouts in overtime, correct? Or do they?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. With a full timeout called, we want to go ahead and take a timeout as well.
No, we can keep it here. Under a minute to go.
33 seconds left in Sherpa moving overtime. A 3 by Mark Jackson gives Midwest City the 2-point lead. We've had 5 lead changes. They've all come in overtime.
So it's all about probably Morgan will probably get the ball, maybe Clark, to create. How do you defend it? How do you defend it? You really want to try to make him go to his left and then just try to find a way not to foul. You want to have someone from Midwest City who can play help defense. I think for Guthrie, again, when you attack the basket, when you go to the hole, good things have been happening for him.
Yeah, Guthrie has made things happen in this game by getting into the paint and attacking the basket. I see a few threes on the score sheet, not many. That's not been their game here. Only 3 made threes in the ball game for Guthrie.
A couple early in the second quarter, one in the third. It felt like when they were doing that, they were about to run away with this game. And in other instances it did. Now Guthrie has Smedley in. He hasn't shot any threes, but I think he's in for spacing in case Midwest City does collapse on whoever has the ball for Guthrie.
6 threes made in the game for Midwest City now. Beatty for 3. Shot's no good. Ball tipped out. Morgan comes up with it, goes to the hole, misses the layup. Benford with the rebound.
No shot.
Foul.
Boy, you had to come up with that
floor.
ball from Midwest City. There was your chance.
Now, it doesn't matter that the foul was on the floor, not a shooting foul, because it's double bonus. I mean, it's not really a double bonus anymore, but 2 free throws coming for Nate Benford. Benford has hit his last 3 free throws after struggling early. 22 seconds left on the clock. And Benford hits the Toonie Buys Houses free throw. A 1-point ball game, 80-79. I see this game potentially with 22 seconds left and a chance to tie it up here, going to double overtime. Wow.
Yep.
Benford's second free throw is good as well, and we're tied up 80 apiece. Henderson takes the inbound pass, goes around defenders, gets it to Dixon in the front court.
Now Coach Snow will call a timeout. You really want to hold the last shot here. Even though Guthrie has no timeouts, so the only way they could score is if they push the ball, but
15 seconds left in overtime. 80 all. The Guthrie Blue Jays, the Midwest City Bombers. 4 players fouled out for Midwest City. 1 player fouled out for Guthrie. Many fouls called in this ball game, and a lot of free throws have been shot, especially by the Guthrie Blue Jays. They were struggling through much of the early part of the game, but have been deadly here in overtime. 9 for 12 in overtime, shooting 75% from the line in overtime. And as a coach, you probably look at 75% and go, well, it could be better than that, right?
As a team, that 75% is pretty good. But of course, you hope for better. You always hope for better. Always hope to be perfect.
Well, and that's 75% in an overtime period when your legs are starting to be a little tired. So that's pretty remarkable.
Tired legs could be, depending on how the winner does in the next game. Whoever loses this game is going to have some potentially tired legs tomorrow.
Now, the Del City Elgin team's got to be rooting for this to go to double overtime to tire these teams out even more, right?
Oh, yeah. They're in no hurry to get out there.
80-80 is the score. 15 seconds left in overtime. Midwest City with the ball. Mark Jackson inbounding. Denson may have stepped on the half-court line after catching the inbound pass. No call. And I may not have seen it right. Jackson for three from the corner. Shot no good. Out of bounds. And it's going to stay with Midwest City with a half second on the clock.
Boy, Guthrie really gambling by trapping, but it worked. It led to a tough shot. Midwest City needs to catch and shoot here.
Denson, the inbound. Jackson for three in the corner, and it's just a little long. We're going to double overtime at Edmond North between the Midwest City Bombers and the Guthrie Blue Jays. I do think we need to take a timeout here as we're going to double overtime on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Experience the best wash in town at Tommy's Express. You'll love our open and bright tunnels, easy loading flat belt conveyor, unlimited membership, and free vacuums and mat washers. Experience the difference and visit Tommy's Express today.
Where sports is our middle name. We are the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett, Jordan Ray back at Edmond North High School. It's the area championship game between the Midwest City Bombers and the Guthrie Blue Jays. We're going to double overtime in this overtime period, brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings in Del City. Buffalo Wild Wings, 5500 Tinker Diagonal. Go to Buffalo Wild Wings, support your favorite Mid-Del Winter sports team. Download the team card on your phone. Show it to your waiter. Tell them who your team is, and your team will get 10% of the proceeds. 80-80 is the score. We're at double overtime. We've had 8 ties and 5 lead changes, but Midwest City never led during regulation of this basketball game. Guthrie with the basketball. Beatty driving to the hole. He scores. Make that 6 lead changes now. Beatty now has 13 points in the ballgame. Roy Henderson in the paint, puts up the floater, front of the rim, shot no good. Smedley with the rebound.
At this point, I don't know if you really wanted to fade away.
Beatty again with the ball, defended by Dixon. Dixon staying with him. Beatty gets around him. Beatty.
Offensive.
Caleb Stevens set up, and he draws it that time.
This time, I think he was a little farther away from the basket than the last one he tried to draw. I think that was an easy call. So Justin Jones coming in from OC. I think this is an offense for defense sub between him and Brandon Dixon, who we've not seen much of in the Midwest City games we've done.
Now Beatty has 3 personal fouls. Stevens going back to inbound the ball in the backcourt. Denson may need some help here. Here comes Roy Henderson. 3:19 on the clock, double overtime. Henderson crosses the timeline, goes right, behind his back, pulls up from behind the free throw line. Stevens gets the rebound. He's in the paint, fouled, and he's going to the line to shoot the Toonie Weishausen's free throws. So Smedley is called for his first personal foul.
And I think Coach Noel's going to try to settle Roy Henderson down, see if he maybe can get a little bit better shot selection. Big offensive rebound by Stevens, who's been playing well in these overtime periods.
3:05 on the clock in this Buffalo Wild Wings second overtime period. Caleb Stevens with the Cooney Bice Houses free throws, and he hits the first. It's a 1-point game, 82-81. Guthrie on top. Second free throw is up and away, and it's good as well, and we're in our 9th tie of the ball game.
Can Stevens get there in time to draw another charge, because you know Guthrie's coming.
Now it's Morgan. Morgan with a good crossover. Gets the ball inside to Benford. Stevens on D. Jackson on Morgan. Jackson gets around Morgan. Stevens helps out. And Stevens is going to get called for the foul.
Tough. They were vertical.
Stevens picks up his 4th personal.
Oh, they're calling it his 5th.
I thought it was his 4th. They could have easily missed one at this point. So Stevens is now fouled out. Brendan Dixon checks back into the ball game. Braden Morgan shooting Cooney Bice Houses free throws. Tied up 82 all. That's the 5th player for Midwest City to foul out of the ball game.
Now Midwest City needs to switch with Justin Jones on the line here for the second free throw.
Morgan hits the first of the Cooney Bice Houses free throws, puts Guthrie back up by 1. 2:40 left to play, double overtime period by Buffalo Wild Wings. Second free throw's up, front of the rim, Henderson with the rebound. Midwest City with an opportunity now to get right down the court and take the lead here. Denson. Ball pass tipped by Morgan, stolen away. And Rico Watson stumbles over his own feet. Coach Pennypacker calls a timeout. 2:19 to play in the Buffalo Wild Wings second overtime period. It's a 1-point lead for the Guthrie Blue Jays, 83-82 over the Midwest City Bombers. We're going to take a timeout on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather. With that extreme weather comes hail damage to your roof and an insurance claim. When that happens, there's not a better company to deal with on your insurance claim than Cantrell Roofing and Construction. Since 1987, Cantrell Roofing and Construction has proven to be the best in the business, and always remember, got hail? Call Cantrell. Call them at 405-642-8558.
Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett, Jordan Ray, back at Edmond North High School. 5A Boys Area Championship game between the Guthrie Blue Jays and the Midwest City Bombers. A 1-point lead for Guthrie, 83-82 with 2:15 left to play in the double overtime period. Midwest City never led in regulation. They tied it up late. Trailed by as many as 13. 3 from the corner by Guthrie. Denson with the rebound for Midwest City.
They need to push. They may have something here.
Henderson gives the ball to Jones in the corner. Now Jones dribbles out. And an offensive foul.
Jones has got to kick the ball out. He's just trying to do too much here. Clearly an offensive foul.
Good D by Nate Benford, drawing the foul.
Well, he had a bad 3 by Guthrie. But I think the problem for Midwest City's been there's just been times where their spacing lately has been really bad. That's probably one of the reasons they've had their last 2 turnovers.
Only 2 starters left in the game for Midwest City as 3 plus another 2 players off the bench have fouled out. A minute and a half on the clock, making a 3-point lead for Guthrie as Nate Benford cuts the baseline and gets the dish. And now a foul called
I didn't see the foul, but
technical foul on Tyrone Beatty.
Whoa. What a time for that. Again, notice he doesn't get possession from it, but they're going to get Denson.
The ball is at the line, number 5, Deshaun Denson.
So Deshaun Denson with 2 free throws coming. He hits the first of the Toonie Weishausen's free throws.
We lost the camera shot. We're going to try to get it back right now. There we go. Thank you, Bernie.
And Denson hits both free throws. And now Midwest City will get the basketball as well, trailing by 1. A minute and a half left to play in this double overtime period. Denson to inbound. And that was the 4th foul on Beatty as well. Henderson with the ball, pulls it on a 3.
Wow.
Oh, it's a Bobby Lewis Insurance 3 and a 2-point lead for the Midwest City Bombers.
A 5-point swing there.
And now Jones tips the ball away.
It's going to be a foul on Guthrie. Jones, I criticized him. He just made an unbelievable defensive play right there.
He is an aggressive defensive player. I would not want to try to be getting the ball down the court against his defense.
I think that's, well, going for the pass, so this should be free throws for Justin Jones.
Nate Benford picks up his 4th personal foul, and Justin Jones
No, it's not. It's going to be an offensive foul.
Interesting.
You probably want that if you see if you can drain some clock, so never mind on the Toonie Weishausen's free throws.
Henderson gives the ball over to Jackson. Almost throws it over Jackson's head. Jackson gets up in the air and brings that one down. Jones driving in. Goes to the hole.
Wow.
The glass is a 4-point lead for Midwest City.
What in the world? Now, you don't want to commit a foul, which they did.
And the bench getting up and making some noise, and the referee stares down the bench of Midwest City as they were kind of getting out on the edge of the court. And an assistant coach gets over there and gets them back sitting down. So as Tyrone Beatty shooting 2 Toonie Weishausen's free throws, he misses the first. And I'm not sure who the foul was called on.
It's no one who fouled out. No one's fouled out from that.
51 seconds to play. Midwest City has a 4-point lead, their biggest lead of the ball game. Make it a 3-point lead as Beatty hits the second after missing the first free throw. Jones in the front court, finds Jackson going to the hole. Jackson goes up, misses the shot. Rebound
Use the
Beatty.
backboard.
Good defense there by Guthrie. Now Harper going to the hole. Harper gets the bucket. It's back to a 1-point ball game. 89-88, a foul called on Benford, and Benford just fouled out of the ball game.
You got the guy you want. Now he's tired. Denson's got to be real tired, but you got the guy you want shooting free throws.
Deshaun Denson with the Toonie Weishausen's free throws. A 1-point lead and 30 seconds left in the Buffalo Wild Wings second overtime period.
It's crazy. Both teams might get to 90.
It's not often that you see both teams scoring this high. Of course, it is a double overtime period, so it's a lot of bonus basketball.
I don't know if we'll be able to fit triple digits.
Deshaun Denson hits the first of the Toonie Weishausen's free throws. What a remarkable second half and overtime Deshaun Denson has had in this ball game. The 2-point lead for Midwest City, making a 3-point lead as Denson hits both of the Toonie Weishausen's free throws. 30 seconds on the clock. Morgan picks up the ball. Jones on defense. Harper for 3 in the corner. It's short. Morgan gets the rebound for Guthrie. 20 seconds on the clock. Jackson goes for the steal. Beatty's driving in, draws the foul. Beatty will go to the line, and the foul is on Brandon Dixon.
Again, you have an opportunity for an offensive rebound, but Morgan fouled the shot. Neither team could put the other away.
15 and a half seconds left to play. Beatty misses the first free throw. Midwest City's got to be feeling pretty good right now with only a 3-point lead. Anything can happen. Beatty misses the second free throw as well. Henderson gets the rebound. Harper's reaching, and the foul is called. No, a timeout is called, by Coach Noel. 12 seconds left. Midwest City has the 3-point lead and the basketball.
So you kind of wish for Midwest City that timeout was not called. I think Henderson was about to get fouled. And the reason I say that, now you got to inbound the ball. And that's going to be dangerous. But if you can successfully inbound it to Denson or maybe Henderson, make one free throw, then you're in great shape. But until then, we thought, remember the last time we had multiple overtimes, Del City girls against Guthrie, interestingly enough. And Del City turned the ball over when you thought they were in control up 3, and Guthrie hit a 3 from the right corner to force the second overtime. And this is going to be a tough spot for Minnesota. It's going to inbound it. They can't move along the baseline.
Now you're talking about Denson being a potential shooter at the line. He is 8 for 10 from the free throw line in this ball game.
He's the guy you want.
Midwest City to inbound the ball in the backcourt coming out of the timeout. 12 seconds left to play in the Buffalo Wild Wings second overtime period. 91-88, Midwest City with a 3-point lead over the Guthrie Blue Jays. Denson to inbound. Looking for somewhere to go. Gets it to Jackson. Right back to Denson. Denson will hold it, and the foul will be called on Rico Watson with 9.5 seconds left.
Now, if he can make one of the reasons Midwest City's in great shape, if he can make one, he's going to have 2 chances at it. If Guthrie scores, and I hope Coach Noel makes his players aware of that, they don't have to throw it in. They can let the clock run out because Guthrie's out of timeouts. But he's got to make a free throw.
And he hits the
No
first.
problem. Okay, that's the important thing. Don't foul. Do not foul at all if you're Midwest City. And then
second, Toonie Bishouse's free throws up, and Denson 10 for 12 from the free throw line in the ball game, including 5 free throws in overtime.
I hate that foul call. I'm being a bit of a partisan, I know, but
Denson called for his 4th personal foul.
That's all you can hope for Guthrie is stop the clock with fouls, because now off a made free throw, Midwest City cannot run the clock out.
Morgan at the line shooting the Toonie Bishouse's free throws. He hits the first. Makes it a 4-point game again. 7.5 seconds left to play in double overtime. Morgan's second shot is up. Off the front of the rim. Denson gets the rebound. He's going back to the line for free throws. And the foul is on Jalen Harper. That is Harper's 4th personal, I believe. It's his 5th, so that's another one I missed.
I was critical of the foul call. I will say Denson having his arm down made it a call that I could understand now as I kind of compose myself. So Midwest City just has to avoid that. Get your arms up. Don't foul. Let Guthrie score. Let him shoot a 3, even if it's a 1-score game if you make both. And why? Because the clock will keep running once they score. But it has to be a made basket, or it has to be a field goal, not free throws. You don't want to foul.
5-point lead now for Midwest City, and Denson hits both free throws.
There's our player of the game, by the way.
12 for 14 from the line. 4 seconds. Morgan for 3. Shot no good. Ball tipped up. And Midwest City comes from behind to win in double overtime. Midwest City is going to the state tournament next week. Wow. Oh my gosh, folks, what a ball game. The Midwest City Bombers never led during regulation. They tied it up to send it to overtime. Took the lead multiple times in the first overtime period. Guthrie took the first lead in the second overtime period, and then Midwest City come back. 5 players fell out of the ball game for Midwest City. But the bench comes up huge, and Deshaun Denson, starting in this ball game, holds out through all of the fouls. He goes 12 for 14 from the free throw line, and he will be player of the game as Jordan introduces him in just a moment. Of course, our player of the game brought to you by the Eastside Church of Christ. The Eastside Church of Christ, folks, they are located at we are located at 916th. Our building is South Douglas Boulevard in Midwest City, and we love to just love Jesus by loving our neighbors, love to love those around us. We have a community baby shower coming up on this next Saturday, March the 9th. Again, next Saturday, March 9th, community baby shower hosted by the Eastside Church of Christ. That will be in our family center behind the building there at 916 South Douglas Boulevard. Let me go ahead and turn down the wireless mic Jordan's got down there on the court. Maybe I can hit that. Eastside Church of Christ sponsoring the player of the game. Eastside Church of Christ believes in loving Jesus by loving our neighbors. We have community baby shower. We have a community baby shower coming up on March 9th from 1 to 3 p.m. And folks, if you or someone you know has a up to a 3-year-old or expecting a child, I invite you to come out on March the 9th for the community baby shower. Eastside Church of Christ sponsoring player of the game. We're going to go ahead and give it to Jordan out on the court. All right, Jordan.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
We can.
Right.
You're cutting out a little bit from all the noise.
Hey, just hold that receiver up. Hey, once I get started, if you hold the receiver a little closer, that might. But we still have some picture time for the players. Okay. We're going to try to get Coach Noel here. Coach. You all right, bring him up, bring him. Yeah. I don't know if we're going to get much of an interview from this far out, but we're going to you. Hey, Sean. Okay. Your second half, your free throw shooting. You're moving without the basketball. What can you say about what you're able to do to come from behind here?
Just to have guts. We play as a team. Had about 5 people in foul trouble, but we found a way and we got the dub.
What was the tone on the bench? Were at any point you guys doubting?
Nah, we believed. We knew if we kept it close, we were going to have it. Once we got to overtime, we knew we were going to win.
Were you tired when you were making all those free throws in the second overtime?
A little bit, but no, we run a lot. We do a lot, so I was prepared for it.
Hey, if you make them, you make them. Congratulations, you're going to the state tournament.
Thank you.
Okay, all right. Hey, Coach Noel. Hey, how'd you guys do it, Coach? How'd you guys do it?
Team effort, man. We went 11 deep. Team effort. They got 5 of us fouled out, and we stayed together, man. We stayed together, and man, it's team effort, man. That's all I can say.
Well, how'd you guys defend in the fourth quarter and overtime with all these players in foul trouble?
Man, everybody got to be ready to go. Next mentality. We can play. When your numbers go, ready.
All right, Coach. On Wednesday. More about that. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, Tracy, go and take us out. I'm going to come up in a few minutes. I got to use the restroom.
All right, folks, we got a little bit of the microphone was a long way away from us, and so a little bit of cutting out there as we're trying to Coach Noel at the end. But you did hear our player of the game, Deshaun Denson, player of the game for the Midwest City Bombers. Midwest City Bombers punched their ticket to the Class 5A state tournament, defeating the Guthrie Blue Jays in double overtime. Midwest City never led in regulation, tied it up late in the ball game, and ended up winning in double overtime. Deshaun Denson, just going to total up some points here real quick. He had 7 points in the first half. In the third and fourth period combined, Denson had 12 points. And then in the overtime period, Denson come up big with another 9 points, 7 of them from the free throw line, going 7 of 8 in overtime from the free throw line. Deshaun Denson, player of the game, brought to you by the Eastside Church of Christ. We're going to total up some other points. But wow, what an amazing ball game. Now, we're going to be ending this stream and starting another one on the Oklahoma Sports Network for the game that's coming up. You can see them out on the court warming up right now. And that game that's coming up is between the Del City Eagles and the Elgin Owls. Now, this is an elimination game coming up for Del City. Del City wins this game, they will play the Guthrie Blue Jays, who just lost this overtime game to Midwest City. The loser of this Del City Elgin game, their season comes to an end here this evening, though. Folks, again, the Midwest City Bombers getting the double overtime win over the Guthrie Blue Jays. A phenomenal game. 5 players fouling out for Midwest City, and the bench coming up huge down the stretch. Coach Tori Noel seeing his team going to the state tournament. And what an exciting game. It's been great to be here. And we are going to go ahead and go out and take a break here. This is Tracy Mussett. Jordan Ray's been with us. Midwest City Bomber basketball, Middale basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used without express written consent.
Thanks for watching this presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.